condolences. And as I look back, and as she says that, she turns to her friend and says, "Come on, let's go." I knew something was off about that. I get to my room and there's a person in my bed, and I'm like, okay, now the only person that can fix it, just sent me my condolences and walked out the door. So I'm like, okay. I went to the front and I told them, like, okay, is there a reason why my bed is occupied? And they was like, I don't know what to do. Let me call such and such, such and such. Well, such and such would pick up the phone, and such and such see me coming and took off running. I seen her. I guess she thought I didn't see her get up out her seat and run towards the back, and then refused to answer the phone. So the shelter made it their business to put me back out here, which is fine. I confirmed that also with Spirit that that was intentionally done. They did what they did on purpose. And I could have acted a fool. I chose not to. But I find it sad that this facility operates under the guises of the church, but they treat people. If this is how the church treat people, then why would someone want to go to a church? You know. So I feel like what Spirit is wanting to talk about is this situation. You know, how people are hiding behind the cloth, but treating God's people with not no respect. You see, having no common courtesy, no decency for their fellow human being, all because they may be in a higher standards than them. But see, you don't know where a person stands spiritually. You see what I'm saying? Um, you have to be careful. You know, you have to be careful with how you treating people out here. Okay, you never know who God sent your way to test you. You know, so I take that as saying maybe you need to be more cautious. Okay, next time don't be so quick to judge a person or a book by its cover. And I beg to ask the question: was I supposed to not go to work and not try to save money to get my own place, or was I supposed to resign to my fate and being in that shelter for the rest of my life, waiting on a caseworker that I had never seen since I'd been there, and would call and never got a return call, you know? And with me working, couldn't get her in every horror story I could hear about this or not. I keep saying face your shadow. Okay? So, guardian angels, ancestors, and spirit, pure divine white light, those that are here for my highest good. What is the message that you have for the collective today? And those that are here for the highest good of the collective as well. What message do y'all have for the collective? Holy Spirit. Change tracks. Yeah. I feel like it's time to change tracks on how we doing things. You know, like I was just speaking about. You treat people like one way. Yes. Some people don't like to see other people's embracing their power. You know, some people don't like to see other people embracing their power. And for those that embrace their power, they judge, you know. But it's backwards. The system needs to change. It's backwards. The way the system is working, you know. And like I say, nothing happens by coincidence. And I made the choice to leave my home after I heard the message that I needed to go, that I wasn't safe. And it was right. In multiple ways, I was not safe in that home, me or my children, you know, because I had a neighborhood of people or children, parents allowing their kids to bully my kids, you know. So to get my kids to safety, I had to remove them from that. Then I had a whole office not doing their job, you know, and then other people sending drama my way because I refuse to play their games, you know. But, you know, you gotta be careful, all right? So I feel like we change tracks. It's time for the system and everyone to change tracks We've been on the track of change tracks and start letting your light shine. A lot of people are afraid to shine their lights because they're afraid of being judged, you know, because others don't want nobody to outshine them. Peace and blessings, how you doing? So like Spirit is saying, we have to be careful how we treating people. That place is a secondhand prison. Point blank simple. And they got the nerve to step God's cross on it. Okay? And have his scriptures all over the wall. And it's filthy. Okay? Cleanliness is next to holiness. And to have his people, his weak, and his unprotected living in filth, that says a lot about that place. So Nashville. Spirit is calling for Nashville, the governor, the mayor, to reevaluate the Nashville Rescue Mission. Okay? I was sent there on purpose. I don't know why I'm being sent now. Yeah. And they said y'all need to be decisive with your decision makings when it comes to reviewing the shelter. Okay? And they not asking. Spirit said they is not asking you with sincerity. They are demanding you to go reevaluate this shelter. Okay? These people that choose to love themselves is being forced to live in conditions that are not humane, is what I'm hearing. So, to the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee, Spirit is saying you need to be decisive in your decision making. You need to reevaluate how things are being done in this shelter that's for the poor. The poor that you made deals with other people and allowed these people to come in and push these folks out of their homes because y'all want to turn this city into a mini what they said, Las Vegas, a mini New York, a mini Los Angeles. Spirit is saying you need to reevaluate your choices. Okay? Be more decisive in decisions that you're making because you're pushing people out of their homes. People are being forced out of their homes or tempted out of their homes by crazy amounts of money, I'm hearing. And some people are renting from these people, from landlords who just decided, oh, well, you're going to offer me this much money for this property, then okay, sure. I'm tired of dealing with it. Take it. And instead of taking it and ensuring that the property is upkept for the people that already live there, you're taking it and you're destroying it. And you turn all these properties into Airbnbs. Most of these properties that you built are vacant. They're vacant. And they're made for tourists. But your own people who helped build this city, who have lost their homes, who are still working in your companies, are suffering in a shelter that y'all created. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. He just told me to express my joy. I'm glad to be the fuck up out of there, and that's the truth. I'm glad to be up out of there. She kept telling me to wait, let us fix it. Nah, don't fix it. I think my time here is up. It's time for me to move elsewhere. I don't know what God's sending me, but I'm going to get there, Yeah, because I'm about to go with the flow, Spirit told me. It's time for me to go with the flow. And that's what I'm doing, y'all. Yeah. And Spirit is calling them to correct their mistakes with the shelter, with the system. And the mistakes that y'all made when y'all allowed all these people to come here and buy people out and forced half your city, your homesteaders, to become homeless and displaced. And that is a mistake Spirit is calling for y'all to correct. You know, I have nothing against people wanting to grow the city. But when it comes to an extent of others that was comfortably living here before you came here, now displaced and on the streets, nah, that ain't cool. Did any of you think about those people and where was they gonna go? No, you just wanted your money, your Airbnbs, right? You can earn up anywhere from 800 or 800 plus more by renting out your apartment or unit that you just bought as an Airbnb. When those families could have still been living in those homes, and you could have fixed it up for them to have better homes, better living conditions. That's what I'm hearing. What else, Holy Spirit? Yeah. Said it's time for someone to take the lead, Mayor, and fix this problem. Correct the mistakes. Okay? It's time to take the lead to correct the mistakes that y'all made when trying to grow the city. I see people go to work every day, and instead of returning to a home, they return to a cot or a bed or a cot or a floor with no mattress and probably a blanket. And if you're in the men's side, you're getting no sheets on your bed. You're exposed in a jailhouse fashion shower, and you're kicked out on the streets just as soon as you rise. Yeah, Spirit says it's time for y'all to face y'all adversity. These adversities that y'all caused, it's time for y'all to face the problem and fix it. I can't make it up, y'all. It's time, Spirit says it's time for y'all to fix it. Yeah. It's time for y'all to be of service of those that y'all kicked out of their homes. Those that y'all raised prices so high that they had no choice but to surrender their homes. And those of you that lost your homes during this time, Spirit is saying they want you to forgive. But Spirit said they'll never forget what y'all did to these people. Yeah, y'all not even paying no attention to it. Spirit said y'all didn't even take one look or a glance at what the problem y'all was creating. We were frying your attention in reverse. You didn't give one care to pay any bit of attention to the people that was suffering behind your big ideas of increasing the city. You tore down homes that was affordable and put high-priced homes and increased the land value, but yet you did not increase the value of the people. You decreased the value of those people that you took that land from. And then treat them with no respect. And Spirit said y'all shouldn't make no judgments on others, especially those who you created the problem for. People who was focused on their own success. These are people who was trying to focus on their own success but got the rug ripped out from under them. Yeah. It's in reverse because they said y'all are not open to love. You're open to money but not love. And that's when money becomes evil. When all these people wanted to do was do what they love. And that was to have a home and a stable place for their children and their families. Spirit says it's time for y'all to learn how to love yourselves. Maybe then you will learn to love others. Or have love and compassion for others. And it's time for y'all to laugh at your own demons. Or some of y'all, these demons that y'all done unlocked is about to come laugh at you. Some of y'all don't care. Y'all laughing at these people. But Spirit said, those of you who are laughing at the people that lost their homes, the people that's going through these struggles, the demons is coming to laugh at you. While they laugh at y'all's demons for getting your ass. Damn. You see, Everything comes full circle, you know. Life, everything, the way the earth turns, the way the gravity moves, everything has a cycle. And this cycle y'all got going on in this city is about to be reversed. It's about to be reversed, you know. Y'all threw this shit up so fast. Yeah, Spirit said y'all gonna be grieving your losses. What I just say, I can't make it up. Most High said y'all are gonna be grieving your losses if y'all don't correct this problem. See, Mother Earth gonna do some things. All these buildings y'all done built, put up here, it ain't nothing for her to create a storm and come and wipe it out. Okay? It ain't nothing for God to create a storm and come wipe it out. So they want y'all to correct these mistakes y'all made. Y'all rushed in here trying to raise the economy. Cool. But did you think about the little people that you was hurting in the process of doing so? The Most High is not pleased with that. Most High is not pleased with that, and he wants that correct. He wants you to correct that mistake. You correct that mistake, probably gonna leave your city alone. You might get a little financial backflow. Well, I don't know how he gonna take care, but he gonna take care, and you just gotta know that. You know. All I know is Nashville. You got a lot of people sleeping on the ground. Some choose to be that way. Some didn't. And some don't know better. And it's time to correct this. And I feel like this is nationwide. I feel like this is nationwide. I don't know why, but even for years before I even started this channel, my passion has been to protect the poor, the homeless, build better shelters. Okay, just because, look, think about this. If you went to a place, you lost everything, you've been through everything, you name it, you done been there, you done done it, and you're at your wit's end, and then the only place to say they can welcome you and shelter you offers you this room, but treat you like a criminal. You got police walking around with drug dogs, searching the people's home vehicles while they in their sleep. God, let me see all that. You got men assaulting women behind the shelter, in front of the shelter. I know this week the ambulance was there maybe 3-4 times. You got, remember I said that they wasn't medically trained? One of my bunkmates fell into a diabetic coma. And only because my father did the same thing, I was able to recognize what was going on. The other lady also that was in there knew that something wasn't right with her. But when we talked to the attendants that worked there, oh, she fine, she just let her sleep, she just don't want breakfast. No, something's wrong with that lady. That woman's alive today because of me and one other lady who decided to speak up for her while she was unconscious. She's alive today. Had we not said nothing, they probably been putting that woman in the ground. Had we not stood firm and insisted that they do something to help that woman, because we know if you mention her name, because she's the last one to get up every morning, but if you call her name one time, she answers. And I wasn't there that long to pick up on that. And they even said, yeah, something's wrong. Everybody in the room, you know. And I stayed behind and told the other lady to go and go to breakfast. Go get her breakfast. Yeah. And the lady they was shaking this woman. They didn't know what they was doing. You could have injured this woman. They smacking on her, pulling on her, almost pulled her out of the bed. I'm like, y'all need to stop touching her. Make sure her head is proper, her airway is clean, and call an ambulance. They're not medically trained to handle situations like that. They could have further injured that woman while she was in a coma, slipping into a diabetic coma. So, the mayor of Nashville, the governor of Nashville, Spirit is calling for y'all to go do a very, a haul out of the shelter. You need to build new shelters. One for families, one for single women, one for men. And you need to put these people based off their needs and classifications. You shouldn't be putting criminals with innocent people to ensure their safety. All this land you got, and you only got one shelter for this amount of people. You got other shelters too, but they don't suffice. They're full. They're packed. That means that there's a problem here. Okay? What else, Holy Spirit? And you better build it on some solid ground, Spirit said. Come on. Spirit said y'all need to make sure y'all build it on some solid ground. You hear? Okay? Uh-huh. It's time to begin to explore this idea of building a better solid foundation for the homeless. A better plan for the homeless people. A better plan for the low-income families. That's going to help them be successful. But not put any extra strain on them because they're already going through a hard time as it is. Some people didn't choose to be the way they are, but they are. And a lot of people are on these paths like that because the Most High put them there just to see if you will pay them any attention. Put them there just to see, like the beggar in the road. Like the beggar in the road. Put them there just to see if you was going to see it or fix it. See it and fix it or ignore it. And y'all been ignoring it. What else, Holy Spirit? Spirit said y'all need to count y'all blessings. That they ain't came and took this shit down already. It's time for y'all to face the shadows of the y'all shadow side and face what you did. Correct your mistakes. Own up to it. It's time to reassess how you're handling the poor and the less fortunate. It's time to make the necessary sacrifices to get these people off the streets and in better places. And it ain't about the money because you got the money to do it. Make the necessary sacrifice. Peace.